Class 2, Government Accounting Introduction. So today's topic is impact of recognizing expenses on accrual basis and income on cash basis. So accounting treatment must represent the actual situation. In other words, accounting treatment must represent the true and fair view. So first case, if revenue from tax is not measurable, if revenue from tax is uncertain or it is difficult to realize, then the correct principle would be to recognize such income on cash basis. So, and that is why income on cash basis. So second one, the accrual based system that essentially follows the principles of conservatism and measurability. So that means anticipate no gains, but provide for losses. So this is the principle of conservatism. In the context of government accounting, recognizing expenditure on accrual basis meets the criteria of conservatism, measurability, and practicability. Note, it may be noted that banks, all banks, including the Reserve Bank, recognize all expenditure on accrual basis and revenue from impaired assets on cash basis. So, key issues involved in transition process, that is a switch over from cash to accrual basis of accounting. So before going to one by one, I would like to recap the cash basis of accounting system key points. So positives as well as negatives. The first one is it considers cash receipts and cash payments. Budget classification under cash budget system. It's a very strict budget control, can be exercised by comparing sums authorized with those actually spent. Sums authorized with those actually spent. So coming to the negatives, no disclosures are made about accounting policies, and it fails to provide non-cash transactions and stocks of assets and liabilities. So these are the negatives. So let's go one after one. Formulating accounting policies. Before accrual accounting is implemented, accounting policies that determine principles of recognition, measurement, and disclosure need to be defined. So before going to implement, these are the principles must be defined by the government. So these policies will ensure that discretion is not applied indiscriminately. Further, the role of audit needs to be strengthened to ensure the compliance. Once it is defined, once these principles are defined, it ensures the government implementing the policies indiscriminately, and it gives or it strengthens the role of audit, strengthens the role of audit to ensure compliance. Government needs to address the selection and application of appropriate accounting policies consistent with the relevant accounting standards. So, selection and application of appropriate accounting policies consistent with the relevant accounting standards, where existing standards do not deal with the particular issue. So, accounting standards Accounting standards are a guide for maintaining and preparing accounts. It is a guide. Accounting standard is a guide. So, and in order to avoid confusion to the financial status and operating result, and to bring uniformity and fairness, consistency, transparency, or a proper comparison of data, we have to comply we have to meet all the requirements. So why? Because a rapid globalization of Indian economy is going on. That is why it is all needed. That is why our accounting standards are trying to make uniformity with the international accounting standards. So that is why it is required to formulate the accounting policies. The second one, budget classification and the chart of accounts. So budget classification is an essential part. So what is budget? A budget is an estimation of a revenue and expenses over a specified future period of time. So under cash-based system, a strict budget classification will be exercised. So a budget classification, what is budget classification? Budget classification sets out the manner in which the budgeted revenues, expenditure, and financing items would be categorized and presented in the budget. Under a cash budgeting system, budget classification would not include stocks of assets and liabilities. This is the limitation for the cash basis of accounting. So another term, a chart of accounts. Chart of accounts is a logical coding framework that forms the basis of recording accounting transactions and balances in general ledger, the principal accounting record of an entry. Okay, in other words, chart of accounts should incorporate budget classification, and at the same time it recognizes or it records another transactions. So here I mentioned, this means in addition to the all the accounts specified in budget classification, the chart of accounts will include other accounts required for accounting and reporting purposes. For example, a chart of accounts will have accounts for assets and liabilities that would not normally be included in cash-based budget classification. But here, chart of accounts, they'll include. A chart of account also includes particular revenues and expenses at a more detailed level than required for the budget classification. If a government if government wants to implement accrual accounting as well as accrual budgeting simultaneously, then they combine the both chart of accounts and the budget classification at the appropriate level of aggregation. Aggregation in the sense the collection of related items to be displayed or linked together. So they have to combine the chart of accounts and budget classification. So if government decides to adopt a accrual accounting system while continuing with the cash budget, accrual accounting and cash budget. The chart of accounts must have the capacity to generate both accrual and cash budget reports. In addition to that, the accrual system must provide functionality to prevent breaches of legal expenditure limits, which may be based on cash and commitment concepts. So